are live. Good morning.
Okay. It was so funny when I went live. It connected to my headphones, which were in the other room. And so clearly, I wasn't supposed to be part of this.
Always some kind of technical difficulties.
I know. How's everybody doing?
Hear you loud and clear now. Fabulous.
Good. How do we feel about it being our very first episode ever of The Morning Mint?
It's unbelievable.
Woo!
I know. It's going to be a new hit TV show. We're getting started on Instagram Live, but I feel like what's actually going to happen is that we'll end up being, on Netflix. I was about to say NBC, but I feel like everything's going to be streaming soon enough. So that's probably the way to do it.
Yeah.
I think all the streaming.
The bottom line is you will very soon be Tyler Whitman from the new hit show, The Morning Mint. Right.
Yeah. People are like, what's $1 million listing? what's that thing?
I like it.
Gosh.
I like it. Well, we have a lot. Hey, South Florida. We've got people joining from all over. Welcome to the first ever episode of The Morning Mint, hosted by Triple Mint. It is Monday, May 3rd, I hope, and it's 8 a.m. here on the East Coast, and we are talking everything real estate, a mint-sized bite of morning real estate news, fun, and action to get your day started. We have an amazing crew today. We have Tyler and Kemba of the Whitman team of Triple Mint, also stars of $1 Million Listing. Welcome.
Wow.
Thanks for having us.
You like that
Good
intro?
morning.
Do you feel special?
I do. The budget for the Morning Mint is real.
Oh yeah. I did not write that myself. Let's dive in.
This is so funny. My dog is dying for attention right now, and is not okay. You can't do this right now. Daddy's trying to be a star on Instagram. All right.
All pets
Is
are
that
welcome.
Peggy?
Guest star pets are
That
welcome.
was Peggy.
On the
John Henry
Morning
doesn't
Mint.
care.
So, all right, give us the $1 Million Listing news. Everyone's waiting to hear. When does it start? When can we watch? What is going on? Give us a sneak peek.
It premieres this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I have a few things that I can share with you. One thing is that I more or less have a co-star this season, and her name is Kemba Buchanan, and so I'm very excited for the world to get to know the wonderful human that she is and see this insane ride that we've been on, because we've been filming for a year and a half. We started filming before the pandemic, and then into the into quarantine, which was not filmed. We were shut down for that. And then the reopening and writing out the darkest days of the market into what's happening right now, which is, some of the most exciting days of the market that we've seen. And it's really cool because we got a lot of our clients, buyers and sellers, were really vulnerable and open and decided to share their story and what this experience has been like for them. And, and that's my favorite thing about real estate, is it's not just a property. These are people's lives. And I think that's the coolest thing about the show, is that you get to experience the lives of New Yorkers living in one of the most expensive and incredible cities on the planet. And then you still find your way to connect to them and what's going on for them, no matter how different things are for you. And I was very fortunate that I have some really funny people, really, really funny people who decided to share their story. I also have some people who go through some really real things. So it's gonna be really cool to share that all. But the beginning is gonna be when we were all none the wiser that coronavirus was coming down the pipeline. So it's going to be a really cool season to see it all, come out. Also, everybody is
true reactions.
What?
True reactions to COVID, to lockdown, to everything happening.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, and tons of people. I'm excited. So many fans of the show are here. I see all your comments. Hey. Yeah, you guys are in for a very unique season compared to some of our past seasons, for sure.
And part of the reason it's unique is because it'll be really the first season with the wonderful Kemba. So Kemba, everyone wants to know, what was it like having cameras in your face all the time?
It was just very, normal, just like a normal day at the office. No, it was an experience. It's easy. I would say it's easy to be on camera with a Tyler Whitman. And so it feels natural when you're just with a natural human that is just very genuine, and you could just vibe off of those vibes. And at the end of the day, this is our real lives. So it's like, let's just share it with the world. So it was very awesome experience. It was fun. It was nerve-wracking, but I can't wait to see it unfold and how they reveal and how to relive and all that. So can't wait for y'all to tune in.
Yeah. I think one thing that Kimba and I have experienced, and most of my my buyers and sellers who filmed with us, you really do forget the cameras are there after a couple of minutes. It's like you get the mics on, the cameras are up, and you're like a little bit heightened for a second. And then you just get to work. You just start doing what you do, and then 2 hours go by, and you're like, "Oh, that was all filmed. Got it."
Right.
Got it. So we're gonna see some embarrassing moments, have some good laughs, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. I'm Tyler Whitman.
Absolutely.
I love it. All right. Well, that's Thursday night. Looking forward to that. Let's get into the market, because a lot of people interested in real estate watching right now. Big New York Times article the other day that the city is going to be open July 1st. Predictions, hot takes. What does that mean for the market?
Well, I think that the market has been off to such a boom for 2021, which, New York City absolutely needed. There's, of course, a little bit of that is pent-up demand, people who needed to make moves last year, but put everything on pause with the pandemic. But I think a lot of it is people really looking to reinvest in a city that is coming back to life. And New York is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, but it's going to be different than it was before. There's going to be, we lost a lot of businesses during the pandemic. And so that means a lot of new businesses are going to be here. And so there's give and take with everything. But I think the new fresh energy is going to be exciting. Part of the reason we're so busy right now is because things are priced so appropriately and people are wanting to take advantage of that. And what's really nice is a lot of people are like, oh, this is just pent up demand. It's going to be short term. And what we're seeing is it's not only is it short term, it's growing week over week. And we're just seeing this continuous rollout. And then now with that announcement, I actually, because New York is typically, our slow season for sales is the summer. And I think this summer is going to be like a typical spring season, which is always our hottest season. I just think sales are going to be continuing to steamroll throughout the year. It's a very exciting time for people who were working really hard last year and weren't hitting their goals. This is the time to double down. And so I'm excited for real estate agents. I'm excited for sellers. I'm excited for buyers who are coming in. It's a really exciting time in New York City.
So the summer is going to be a spring market. You heard it on the Morning Mint, episode 1, season 1 from Tyler Whitman.
It is.
Kemba, what are your thoughts on the market? What do you see happening as we go through the summer?
Yeah, just to like piggyback on what Tyler said, I'm in my role. I see all of the inquiries that come in on our listings, and right now it's been crazy because there's just so much influx and so much activity. But we also noticed that like properties that aren't getting as many inquiries is because of the pricing. And so those that are like sellers that aren't really listening to our pricing strategy, it's just not going to get that many inquiries as the others are, And so I think that's really important moving forward. And even in this really hot, active market, I think that sellers need to still be realistic, and then the buyers will come and will sell their property really quickly. So I think that should be kept in mind and really, pay attention to right now. Yeah, for sure.
I love it.
I totally second.
Kemba, you're getting a lot of love from our viewers, so I appreciate that, and hello to our fans in the UK.
Ooh!
Wow, look at this international appeal in our
international fans.
That's just one thing I want to follow up with what Kemba said is, sellers get really, they're like, I'm already dealing with this on listing pitches. People are like, well, shouldn't we list a little bit higher? Things are really busy right now. Everybody says all of a sudden the market's back. And I was like, we're busy because it's priced appropriately. And if you're not priced appropriately, it is crickets. You do not get inquiries. You do not get interest. People are coming to the city right now because they're ready to reinvest at a time when the city needs reinvestment, so you can't do this aspirational pricing that we were seeing back in like 2013, 2014. And it's hard because I think specifically, a really expensive city like New York, people are like, oh, it's busy, then raise the price 10%. I'm like, it's busy because we're priced well. Don't forget why we're busy.
Good tip. So it is Monday, and Tyler, you have built your business. I think I can speak about this as someone who's known you for basically since the very beginning. You have built your business by focusing on your mindset, and you've done a really good job of it. And so with Mondays comes Mindset Mondays, obviously. So what is your Mindset Monday tip for our audience this morning on the Morning Mint?
This morning, I come back to something that I think people in sales and definitely real estate agents, deal with pretty routinely. And that's like this feeling of less than, or this feeling of unworthiness. And it comes from this fear-based scarcity mindset. Like right now, I know that sometimes I have to psych myself out because, the Olshan report comes out every Monday, and we see all these huge luxury contracts signed. And there have been weeks this year where I'm 3 or 4 of those contracts, and sometimes I'm 1 or 2. Today I was none of them, right? But and so I see that, and my first gut instinct is like, oh, I was a failure last week. I'm not on the Olshan report. But then I come back to the basics, and I'm like, oh, we actually sold a lot of real estate last week. It was just a lot of things that were under $4 million. And we go into this place of feeling unworthy, feeling left out, feeling like we're not good enough. And these are natural tendencies for real estate agents. And it's like a disease, right? Like the more you think about it, the more you give it energy, the more it festers. And it's also contagious. And so, if you start to feel that way, the people around you start to feel that way. And, and it's a very dangerous place to be. And, I go back to this time last year when the pandemic was raging and everybody thought New York was going to be gone forever. Our market would never come back. And then even towards the end of last year, once we were starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel and we knew a vaccine was coming out, people were like, well, it's still going to be 3 or 4 years before New York comes back. And we buy into that, right? We believe what we're told. And it's really just a prediction. Nobody actually knows. And what we now know is that they were very wrong. New York is on fire right now. Everybody is transacting. Things are selling, and New York is coming back pretty much immediately. It's not going to be 3 years. It's instantaneous. But last year, you heard it and you believed it and you gave that energy, right? And so a principle in life that I always come back to is that the world is unfolding exactly as it's supposed to, and that everything is happening for a reason, that you have to trust these things and you have to believe that the best thing is right around the corner and the best thing is about to happen. And you have to always be living in that space and moving towards that energy, because, if I had believed it's going to be 3 years and I took my foot off the gas, then right now I would be watching the city exploding around me while I'm scrambling, like trying to catch up. But, because of this, I get to live in it. I get to be part of this energy. I get to be part of what happened because I didn't give up back when people said it was going to be 3 years before we could take off, and then I go into a place of like, oh, I am worthy. My work does pay off. And the things that and then I can look back at my own business and compare myself to my own growth and my own strategies instead of comparing myself to a list on a computer screen that I wasn't part of this week. with it being the season premiere week of $1 Million Listing, you know, even when I was auditioning for $1 Million Listing, I didn't feel worthy. You know, I was like, I'm not a successful enough real estate agent. I'm not good enough. I'm not funny enough. I'm not what they want. I don't fight. I'm too nice to be on this show. But I'm on the show, right? Like, and so, and thank God I didn't believe all those things, and I actually put myself out there. And so, no matter what you think, no matter what you're buying into, believe in the best and just like put yourself out there. Go for whatever it is that you want. Literally whatever it is that you want, just fucking go for it, you know? And like, don't let these things get in your way, because I do think that the only difference between people who are super successful and people who I just live that simple life, right? Like, are just the people who were not afraid of the risk and not afraid of failure. Like, you just have to be comfortable with failure, and then everything else gets a lot easier. Anyway,
Love it.
that's what I got.
I love it. You're getting a lot of love.
Well, I hope, listen, everybody go make your millions. I'm sitting inside of my beautiful apartment right now, and like, I woke up and I wrote down my plan. I was like, how am I going to buy this by the end of this year? I'm like, it's for sale right now for $4.5 million. I was like, I'm buying it at the end of this year. I gotta come up with my strategy. And my gut instinct was like, I'm not gonna make enough money. And then I was like, oh no, I'm gonna make so much money, I'm gonna buy it cash, you know? Like, you just got to believe the good.
Love it. I love it. All right. Well, that's a great way to wrap up the first episode of The Morning Mint. Tyler, thank you. Kemba, thank you. What a fantastic conversation this morning. To our audience, thanks for joining. Tune in weekdays, 8 a.m., The Morning Mint. Every episode's different. News, tidbits, things happening around the real estate agent. I'm David Walker, co-founder and CEO of Triple Mint. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Bye.
Have a great day.